All right. There's a couple of things. Like I said before, and I will always say this, a couple of things will always be assured in life. Okay?
Number 1,
death.
Number 2,
taxes.
And number 3,
the Yankees beating the Twins. Let's talk about it.
Let's do it.
8. Welcome to the Pinstripe Strong Podcast. It's your boy Joe's McFly, joined by my co-host. I don't know what the hell happened there.
Chris.
Christoph. And he is actually here in person finally in studio. Well, I mean, for people that are actually watching the video on the YouTube page, which I do upload the video on here, he is in here, and then there's like a whole bunch of like tools and shit in the background, and the whole pool table does not be in here. It's a mess. I mean, we building. We building. This is of course ground level. All right, so we're building the foundation here. Yeah, so, well, first and foremost, we just finished watching, and I don't know why the hell we did this.
Right.
Well, obviously because of the rain, and the game started at 4 and all that stuff.
It's the Yankees' fault.
It is the Yankees' fault. I cannot watch this shit. I cannot do this shit at the Game of Thrones. We just finished watching episode 4 and of Game of Thrones.
No spoilers.
No spoilers, but you know what? If you don't want to hear anything or any of our reaction to that, just fast forward a little bit. Oh my God, Daenerys is an idiot, man. What the hell is wrong with her?
Let's get into it.
What an idiot.
Joe, I told you, let's relax. Let's relax. You know what I mean? Let's see what happens. Well, how you feel? How you feeling today?
Well, I'm feeling great because I had a really good day today, right? And of course the Yankees won, so that always goes into a day being great. And the Yankees won a series, which is adding to that greatness. And I met Cashman.
I saw that picture, and I'm like, come on, man, this is unreal. Yeah. Unreal. How do you feel? How you feel meeting Cash Guy?
First of all, I met players, I met ex-players, I met people that I grew up idolizing, and it's like real cool, real chill. I kind of fanboyed. It's just fucking embarrassing for me to say. I kind of fanboyed a little bit. I was like, hey, Cash, I don't know why.
You stuttered?
I didn't stutter, but it's just normally I would, maybe try to ask him questions like for the vlog or podcast or something like that, try to get him on video saying something. I just say, hey, can I take a picture with you? I don't know why it escaped my brain to kind of try to ask him something. We're going tomorrow. Because, by the way, guys, if you guys don't know, this is Christian's birthday weekend. His birthday is May 3rd.
Yes.
Happy birthday to Chris. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Let's go Yankees.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. And the Yankees won this series in your name on your name day.
Yes, Sanchez actually hit 2 home runs on my name day. Thank you.
That is very good. Thank you so much, Gary Sanchez. De lo mío personal. De lo mine. And very considerate of you for you to do that on his name day. How awesome is that?
I will never forget that, Sanchez. Thank you.
Ever. Sanchez will probably be in your will. And so, but how do you feel? How do you feel, Chris? And
it's been an eventful weekend. I'm one that I don't really, celebrate my birthday and things like that. But it's been a great weekend so far. The Yankees took the series. Went out, had a couple drinks, and it's been fun. It's been fun.
It has been fun, and of course, it just when we thought we were turning the corner, goddamn you, boom.
Along with the fun.
We thought the Yankees were out of the woods with these injuries without putting people on the IL the last 2 series, and who am I to speak too soon?
Yeah.
Of course, this Pinstripe Strong injury update is brought to you by Pinstripe Strong because we currently have no other sponsors, and of course, Christian is bringing that to you. Carry on, Chris.
Not yet. Not any sponsors yet. But I guess let's get the negative out the way. In the middle of his start, James Paxton was removed in the third inning, right?
Yeah, which we'll get into his start, of course, during that game, and
it's funny because we always joke, it's like, it's only going to take a couple of days, and then we say, oh no, hey, you know what, he's going to get an MRI, and that's exactly what happened. Prior to Saturday's game, the Yankees placed James Paxton on the 10-day IL with left knee inflammation, and they recalled the right-hand pitcher, Jake Barrett. So obviously we're going to get into it a little bit more when we talk about game two. Greg Bird appeared in the Yankees clubhouse in the morning. He's out of the boot and walking on a treadmill, asking for a timetable, and he replied, "Timetables are pointless," which I kind of agree. But
yeah, I agree. Bird, just don't even talk right now.
Did that? I think that update came before the James Paxton news, and it's a little sad. Yeah. Now, Brian Cashman actually earlier was on the radio, and he said he expects Frazier to be reinstated on Monday.
Did I tell you that I met him? He actually told me about this, by the way.
That's phenomenal. Paxton, they say 3 weeks max that he'll be out, so maybe 2 to 3 starts. Stanton returned to batting practice this week. Hicks is an extended spring training. We'll start rehab.
He looks good though. He looks good. I was watching him in Joe Hicks. Shout out to Joe, a friend of the podcast, of course. Yes. Joe Hicks was very nice enough to put, because he follows Aaron, wherever he goes as his brother, of course. And if you guys don't, just make sure you guys follow him on Instagram. Joe Hicks. Shout out to you, brother. You. And he actually was nice enough to put video of his brother taking at bats, and pretty good. Really good. He got some base hits.
He actually he got an outfield assist. He got a runner going on.
He had a little bit of everything, and it looked good. And of course, you don't want to look too much into it. It's extended spring training. There was one extended spring training game where he walked 3 times, and he looked frustrated each time. Like, damn, man, I'm here to hit, man. Come on, throw. What are you doing? But then that was that was pretty cool to see that video. It's just nice seeing Hicks in the box and batting and doing all that stuff. So it's nice to see him.
What I love about this is that he could be activated next weekend.
Ooh, Hicks!
Come on down, Gregorius. I love hearing DDO news. He will complete throwing program this week.
Yep.
When it comes to Sevy,
he's been progressing really well, like even better than they expected, by the way.
So that's pretty awesome to hear. Sevy, most likely we won't see him until after the All-Star break. Judge, there's no baseball activities for Judge.
That's fine.
There are improvements every day, which is awesome.
Take your time.
He's in the weight room and doing range of motion or work. Boone says that there's not a point where they can offer a timetable.
Don't even give me one.
Yeah, this is Brian Hoke, actually. Thank you, Brian Hoke.
Thank you, Hokey.
Tweets. Dylan Batan says it's scheduled to begin a throwing program tomorrow. They hope he'll be big league ready sometime in June.
Ooh, bring it back. Let's go, Killer B. I need you back in there, baby. Let's go.
There's some additional DD news, actually. So he could get some designated hitting at bats in the Sunday spring training games as early as May 20th. So that's awesome. Okay. Awesome to hear. And I think
I just looked at the date too. I'm like, damn, 15
May 20th. All right. And that's it for the injuries and updates. Let's get it on.
And I mean, the series kind of unfolded the way I kind of thought. I was even kind of surprised that the Twins won the second game, but we'll get into the second game in a few. This series, whenever the Yankees go against the Twins, guys, the Twins know this. The Yankees know this.
They do.
The fans know this. The Twins fans know this. MLB knows this. They put it on the schedule like, man, we got to do this. Yankees are going to win this. It doesn't even matter. It's the Yankees will, and we'll talk about what they've won and what they've done since 2000 after the series, because I don't want to spoil that too much. But it was, the first game, the way that it started, and you're just thinking like, shit, I hope we win this game. I don't want to start this against the loss. Like, I went on the limb after the Arizona series that we did the podcast. If you haven't, make sure you guys listen to that if you guys care to. And of course, I feel like I forgot to plug this. Follow me at Joe's McFly. Of course, follow Chris
Chris McFly28.
Chris McFly28 on Twitter. Follow me on. I keep it very consistent across all platforms. So if you're just going to a social media platform, type in Joe's McFly, you probably find me. MySpace. But yeah, subscribe to my YouTube channel and all of that jazz, right? But nonetheless, going into this game, Paxton versus Gibson. First of all, I didn't even look at Gibson's numbers too much, but I overlooked him. First of all, he's in a Twins uniform. Second of all, his name is Gibson, Kyle Gibson. And I don't know why I just looked at Paxton. I'm like, well, this is a win. And it was, we got there, but the way that we got there was kind of surprising the way that I thought. Paxton himself was a little bit all over the place. It was a little bit of a weird game, right? A little bit sloppy. People making outs on the bases, errors. Luke Voigt was getting thrown out.
I don't know. What was that?
Luke Voigt got thrown out at home because what the hell was Espada? And I always Espada. I just had some like really bad flashbacks from Espada sending people they weren't supposed to. He's not even on the damn coaching staff. But Phil Nevin sent Voigt. First of all, the outfielder had the ball already throwing it in.
Even before he touched it.
I was like, what the fuck? First of all, maybe he thought it was Gardner and he sent them. I was like, why the hell is he got thrown out at home? Anyway, he got thrown out at home. And Luke also got thrown out at second, trying to stretch a single into a double. It was just kind of sloppy a little bit, but the errors were on both sides.
The Torres had an error as well.
Yes, but the Yankees capitalized on the Twins' errors a lot more than the Twins capitalized on our stupidity. So it was like one of those games. Paxton just wasn't right on this day. And I don't know what it was. It was a dreary. The whole weekend was
it was just
a little bit dreary and kind of chilly and rainy, and like it kind of sucked, like weather-wise. But this night it was dreary and rainy, a little bit, or like a rainy kind of feel. He wasn't really locating his fastball. Had no slider command. He had nothing out there. He was out there like he said, "All right, hold on." He went in between innings. He went into the Yankees dugout, kind of put on his plumber gear, took out the freaking kitchen sink, and tried to throw it out there, and it still didn't freaking work, Chris.
It was just bad.
It was, but Paxton left at the 3 innings. He had like 60-something pitches, 64 pitches. So I was watching this. I'm like,
uncharacteristic.
Not this shit again, please. But he left the game with knee soreness. Went for MRI. They said the MRI is the next day. I guess they didn't do it that same night because it's being used so much. It's probably needed a time to rest this season. But the pen was nasty in this night. And that's basically our saving grace.
Exactly.
Holder came in for 2 innings, 2 shutdown innings. Ottavino came in for a shutdown inning. Cayley shut it down. Britton comes in, and what the hell? But he has 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 walk, a 2-run homer to Nelson Cruz. And, he had a walk. I mean, you know what's funny with Britton? It's like he gets these damn 2 outs. And then after that, it's like all hell breaks loose, and I don't know how he loses his own. Before you know it, 2-out walk, and then he ends up.
And he got those 2 outs on 6 pitches.
Yeah,
which is like, all right, so quick work. All right, let's get it. Let's get it.
Exactly. That's the most frustrating part.
And then it's like he just loses it. Like he gets too relaxed, and then like. It's really nerve-wracking when the guy's brain has 2 outs.
I don't know what's going on with Britton. But anyway, so he comes in, he gives that up, makes the game a little close. Chapman comes in throwing hard to kind of end out that game. The scoring itself, though, Gleyber Torres had an RBI single that had Gardy. Gardy was on third base because of an error for Buxton, which he never makes. Never makes. I'm surprised that wasn't an inside the park home run.
Yeah, I guess Gardy's a little older.
Do you ever remember watching like those old Yes clips where the old center field, and I think they showed Bobby Mercer going into center field into the monuments, like going. He's like, to me in my head, I don't know why I seen that. Like I'm like, oh shit, Buxton's gonna have to go through a monument. What? I don't know why, but anyway, he ended up at third. Gleyber Torres scored him on an RBI single. Voigt got thrown out at scoring after. Yeah, Nevin sent him, and then Voigt had an RBI single, but he got thrown out a second, so it was 2-zip Yankees. Gleyber had an error that led to a sac fly by the Twins, which they had a double play. It was basically Paxton had a 2-1 lead, and he was still kind of holding there.
It was right there.
He was still kind of holding there. Togman scored on a wild pitch, making it 3-1 Yankees. Gardy had an RBI ground out, making it, where he ended up on second base. By the way, I don't even know, but he to the second baseman. Sorry, 4-1 Yankees. Gary, thank you. One of your 2 moonshots. That one was a moonshot, Chris.
That was
a bomb.
That went far.
It went into the bleachers in left field, and it was 5-1 Yankees. Gary then had a laser to then follow it up because, Gary Sanchez. 6-1 Yankees. Nelson Cruz, 2-run bomb. We talked about that with
the whole thing with Britton and basically coming in and shutting the bed. Good thing he didn't give up the lead.
Exactly. So, and then, of course, like I said, Chapman came. He was throwing hard that night. I mean, he threw in a 1-on-1.
Yeah. And that last...
It wasn't a strike, though, guys. So it wasn't a strike. It was like in the dirt.
That was the way Gary's hitting the ball is like he's frustrated. Like he's just so
he's like
angry at the ball.
This for all y'all that try to sleep on me, brother.
Yeah, he definitely got something. Yeah, he definitely got something to prove because everybody in 2018, people talking about trading him.
Yeah, what are you talking
all this
about?
Craziness, and it's like, nah.
There's people now. There's nothing that annoys me more than people that try to talk about something that's like with the popular narrative, and you're not making any sense. Like this guy got on Twitter, and he was telling me, "Oh, well, Gary Sanchez is gonna have he's gonna have 2 home runs in a game in the playoffs, and then watch him have 4 pass balls." First of all, idiot, dumbass. Okay, when has Gary Sanchez had a key pass ball in a moment in the playoffs?
Never.
Give me a break, okay? If you're gonna be fair and all right, just say you don't like the guy.
Exactly.
If you don't like the guy, then fine. But don't come out here and just try to tell me, "Oh, well, Gary said, I see what I see." You don't see anything. You're an idiot. Go watch the game.
I see what I see.
Yeah, I see what I see. You see what you want to see.
Exactly. That makes no sense.
He's the type of guy that Gary can go 50 games without a pass ball. He has a pass ball that doesn't even score the run. Oh, Gary sucks.
Yeah.
Who are you?
And there's more people like him.
Exactly, and it doesn't make any sense.
It was just
and anybody that does think like that, I'm sorry, but you lose me. I can't buy into you doing that stuff.
Horrible take.
And anybody that does reference, pass balls. First of all, he's improved. He has improved that part of his game. And if you don't acknowledge that, then you know what? You're being a hater.
Exactly.
You're being a hater. And Gary Sanchez, to me, he could play. He could catch for me any day of the week. Just his arm is saving runs for us. Saving runs for us. His bat's winning games for us. And I'm more than happy to have him back. And the one thing that I will tell you, brother, if this is how you think, I'll say this.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
Thank you. And I will say that. Because what the hell, bro? Like, aren't you happy to have him back? How are you here complaining about them? Anyway, I'm getting off on a tangent with this because it doesn't make sense. This is happy times.
It's happy times.
Even though people like that piss me off, people like freaking Daenerys to Game of Thrones pissing me the hell off. It's just a lot of shit pissing me off. But the Yankees won this game, and that's great. They ended up winning this game 6-3, and that's what matters. We'll get into some Gary Sanchez stats in our stats segment after we cover the games. But that, I love Gary Sanchez. Cracking, approaching on the West Wing, guys. But let's head into game 2.
Game 2.
Odorizzi versus Happ.
Odorizzi came in on fire.
He did.
Because he destroyed the Houston Astros. And I didn't even know that until they said it on the broadcast. And I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
So this is how this guy came in. And he actually he neutralized the bats.
He really did. And the Yankees, I mean, they got some walks. The Yankees were able to get on base, some at bats, but they just couldn't get that. They just couldn't get that run in, that big hit. They just couldn't do it. And Odorizzi gave him some scoreless innings. That's what he did. Happ got bit a little bit by the home run ball. I thought he wasn't pitching as bad as what his line looked, but nonetheless, he got short porched, and then he gave up a bomb to Crone. And you know what? It could have been even worse if it wasn't for Maven's awesome catch in right field. Yeah. I'm really impressed with Maven.
Maven, we've been saying
I like
his name
Maven.
a lot.
I like Mr. Cameron, Maven. Killer Cam. I like that. I like Cameron Maven. Somebody was trying to trash him. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on nowadays.
I don't know about these guys, but yeah,
I like Maven.
Yeah, I really like Maven. I've been liking Maven since Detroit days. Yeah, he's been pretty good. But Hap, he came in. It felt like the whole game he was just laboring, like similar to Paxton. But like you said, it would have been a lot. The line would have been a lot worse if it wasn't for me. And actually, the first home run that he gave up, people were saying that Judge would have gotten that because he's taller, obviously.
No, he is.
But I think Maven just didn't know where
he's not familiar with that right field.
Exactly, he's not familiar the distance between where he was to where the wall, because it looked like he jumped, but it kind of I don't know. But the whole game was just. Like next, let's just go.
Yeah, I mean the Yankees in this game, the Twins had runs here, and of course, like I said, Hap got bit a little bit by the homer. Yankees were down 5 runs early. My thing with this game, the commitment that the Yankees had to the punt and to special teams, guys. The Yankees had a commitment today to win or to try to play this game with special teams. And the punt unit was out in full force on this Saturday. Mm-hmm. Boone was like, I'm not using none of my key guys. I don't give a shit if we had 2 off days. First of all, hello, it's the Twins. I mean, it was arrogant and impressive. Yeah. The fact that the first guy out of the pen, all right, fine, if you're going to use maybe 1 or 2, but all the guys coming out.
Even Barrett.
Hard, play. Barrett all came up and they all gave up runs and basically put the game out of reach. Yankees obviously didn't want to use any of their key guys, like I said, no matter what, under any circumstance. It just felt that way. And the game felt a little boring. Got runners on, like I said, they didn't really do anything.
Yeah, the game was just blah, and I'm annoyed with the whole punting thing. Like I just don't like it.
We'll talk about that mindset, because I don't think you can be on the punt mindset and the 27 out mindset, but that's just me. We'll talk about that in a second. Gary, which is one of the important parts here, another homer, baby. Let's go. 400 feet moonshot. Get used to hearing that, okay? Because that's all he does, okay? Gary Sanchez is the man. Okay, we're not going to belabor that point. Yankees lose this game 7-3, a feat that almost never happens. Mm-hmm. And you know what? After today's game, which they won today's game, Yankees are 105. An amazing 105-45 since 2000. Okay, that is stupid good. And all right, you can say that Twins have had some bad teams. They've had some good teams too. Yankees have, and that counts today's game too, game 3, by the way, which they won. But Yankees have a 700 winning percentage against the Twins. They're 13-2 in the playoffs, which is an 868 winning percentage. Ownage.
Yeah. Bother.
I mean, the Twins kind of have to ask the Yankees for some allowance every week. It's pretty embarrassing. But the Yankees have dominated the Twins no matter what team they've put on the field, and it's been like that for recent memory. And like I said, death, taxes, and the Yankees beating the Twins. They can destroy them on the moon, in spacesuits, in Mars, under the water in Atlantis. Doesn't matter. My son's T-ball field. It'll happen no matter what. But the Yankees, that's why it was an amazing feat that they even won that game.
And Gary, even missing 2 weeks, tied for the lead. Well, I don't know if any of the...
As of today,
Eddie Rosario...
Coming into today.
Yeah, Eddie Rosario didn't hit any homers, so he's basically tied for the lead right now in home runs in the AOE. So.
In the American League, yeah.
Amazing.
So.
He's like, let me catch up. Let me just go bonkers right now in this series. And DJ LeMahieu, man.
He's so impressive.
DJ LeMahieu, he has an allergy. His allergy is he doesn't like or seeing runners on base.
No, he doesn't.
Every time he comes up, it's just like, hey, no, I got to get everybody home. And first game back, he's already basically going crazy.
I love him. Good job,
Thank
DJ.
you, DJ.
And I mean, Game 3, Pineda versus Domingo. Oh no, Domingo. First of all, there's two things that were going for the Yankees on this day: Pineda pitching on a Sunday, and probably Pineda pitching period, and Domingo on a Domingo. It's just a lot of good vibes. Plus, I'm in the stadium. In there, I went to this game. Was able to get lucky to get some like party suite. I've never been to the suite level ever because I don't know. I've never said that.
You look really good.
It was awesome. It was an awesome experience. Just the whole suite level is different. It has a different kind of vibe and feel. It does have a corporate kind of feel. It's not, of course, like you're walking into the bleachers, but it was a rainy day as of today, and it just didn't. It was cool. It was a cool atmosphere. If you're gonna go there, if you got a whole group of people, though, I guess it depends who was in there with you. And my boy from work, Jamel, so shout to you, Jamel. He actually was able to get me some tickets. He's like, yo, man, I'll hook you up, whatever. And he was able to get me 4 tickets for this game. And I was in there. And that's Jamal, Mr. Mac with Cheese, if you guys don't know who he is.
Jamal.
And to Noah and Sophia. And Sophia told me before the game, I'm so excited. And she came with me to the game. They got unlimited food in there, unlimited drinks, unlimited. It was awesome.
Awesome.
But getting into the game, Domingo Germán had it, and he was with the shits today. And I love her. I love Germán and what he has been this year and what he's become this year, Chris.
Yeah, man. He's 2019's version of Severino. And Michael K even said it. We said it like what is it, 2 episodes ago, maybe 3? We said it like, hey, what Sevy would have been giving us right now, that's what Germán. And he's actually, in terms of the numbers, a little better.
Yeah.
He's just been amazing this season so far.
I love the way that he's been. I love how he's been on the mound, his demeanor. Of course, they're not going to him, telling him, "Oh, you're the ace" or whatever. But after a while, they're kind of gonna tell him like, "Yo, hey, Papa, hey, dímelo."
He's not a prototypical, ace, whatever, but because he's, skinnier, you know what I mean? Like he's just up there. He looks like a little kid.
But his stuff is nasty, man. Disgusting. It's nasty.
Like he has so much confidence on his breaking pitches.
Yeah.
Like even on a hitter's count, he throws it, and he's been awesome.
Absolutely, and I do like what I've seen out of Germán, what I've been seeing out of Germán. Where's his ERA at, Chris, for this year?
2.35.
Woo! And he didn't even
that's after this game.
After this game, and you know what? Even after this kind of weather, and it doesn't matter. He went out there. He made the Twins look silly.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, his line kind of showed it: 6 2/3, 4 hits, 3 walks, 1 earned run, 7 Ks. That 1 earned run happened on back-to-back walks. Yeah. So with 2 outs. I hate it. I can't stand small walks, man. I just can't stand it.
Bad things always happen. Good thing it didn't get too exaggerated.
Thank God it was Pineda, because it was a same Pineda, different uniform. Normal kind of Pineda game, looks nasty. Always reminds you of his stuff. Yeah. Nasty stuff, especially in that first inning where he struck out the side. Jeez. 5 innings pitched, looking nasty. 8 Ks, 4 runs, 3 earned runs, 3 walks. Mm-hmm. Sounds like a Pineda kind of game. It really does. It really does. I mean, maybe the run total will be a little bit higher if we had our guys in there. But the fact that he's facing these guys, and it was like, ugh.
Yeah, there were some pitches that he was leaving right there.
Right out of there.
Like, with Tauchman, like 3 straight pitches. Like he just basically let it go. And I'm like, bro, what are you doing with the bases loaded?
Exactly. I was pissed off.
He was giving us the game right there early.
He was trying to. And so it was 1 out, bases loaded. And it looks like the Yankees are kind of figuring, I don't know. Pineda's in a jam, obviously. Bases loaded. 1 out, Tauchman's up, strikes out, doesn't even put the ball into the outfield. I get so pissed off. I go to Twitter right away and I say, Tauchman fucking sucks. And of course, we'll talk about that again, because every time I seem to do that, for some reason, this man he must run into the locker room and read tweets. That's probably what motivates him throughout a game. He better not tweet or like anything, because he could get suspended for that, or fined. But DJ comes up, top of the lineup.
Guy just hits, man.
The man's clutch.
He just hits.
He is allergic to seeing runners on base. And that is a man that we could have used in the playoffs last year.
I'm telling you.
DJ Clutch. DJ LeMahieu with the hits on the menu, serving them up. Bases loaded, 2 out, RBI single. And then, of course, it was a ground ball up the middle.
Jorge Polanco just went bonkers and just threw that to first.
Yeah.
It was a hit, but then a second run scored.
A second run scored. The runner on second did not get thrown out there, and he scored at home. 2-0 Yankees to start the game on a Sunday with Santo Domingo.
He didn't score, but you know who was on base, Joe? Cameron Maven.
Oh, we didn't talk about how Luke Voigt's on base streak ended on Saturday.
Oh yeah, Luke Voigt.
RIP 41 games.
Yeah, RIP. But he hasn't been looking good since yesterday.
But it's you know what? It's fine. He can go through a slump. He's allowed. To me, Voigt, you want to go through a slump? Take your slump. Take your slump.
And you know you're gonna hear the talks, the Greg Bird talks, and you're gonna hear, oh, you know, he's a fluke. It's like, come on, stop it. That guy was basically carrying the team.
I don't think anybody can say that he's a fluke anymore.
Like, come on.
Great job, boy. I mean, you got a 908 OPS.
Still love you, Luke.
Exactly. You got a 908 OPS.
Yeah, come on.
You are fine by me, my friend.
Yeah. Take your time.
Exactly. Take your time.
Not too much time.
All the time. but seriously, it was But then he got back on the horse today, didn't he? He was on base today. Wasn't he?
No.
Wasn't
he? Wasn't he?
No, he had 3 Ks.
3 Ks.
Yeah, my bad. All right, so
the OPS did drop to 0.881.
Oh yeah, my bad.
But still, boy, tomorrow's another game, another day, and we'll pick it up from there. But
just take the judge quote. The judge quote that says, I just take it one day at a time, try to forget what I did the day before, go out there like every day is opening day.
We miss you, Judge.
We miss you, Judge. But, I mean, yeah, and moving further in that game, Talkman, after he read my tweet, came up, had a runner on base. He said, fuck you, Joe. 2-run homer. 4-0 Yankees.
The top of the inning, the Twins did score.
Was it 4-0 4-1? 4-1 Yankees. Sorry.
But Talkman said, nah, you're not getting too close, man. You're too close, man.
You're too close, man. And, you know, Kaylee came in, got one, which got
Herman
out of a jam.
Yeah, it was a little jam. Then Kaylee came in. He got a little scary there. It was a full count.
But it's Kaylee now. Kaylee is 2019 Kaylee, which he's not playing around. Comes in, shuts it down, and then of course enter Ottavino for the 8th inning. It was raining. The conditions weren't good. I was thinking after the Yankees, of course, took the forward lead. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking, what the hell are we doing here? Why are we playing this game?
Yeah, it was very dangerous. Even Sanchez, there was a pop up. The ball basically just, it was like I think it was a wild pitch or the ball past him, and he went to Nelson Cruz was on base. He was running to second, and it looked like he had a chance to gun him out, but he slipped. And obviously Sanchez with the gear. He
was blamed for that probably.
Yeah, possibly. But with Sanchez with the gear, you get a little scared there. But he was good, obviously.
Yeah. I'm glad that he wasn't hurt or anything like that. He probably, I don't know if he has soreness or anything like. But just, I mean, we can't lose.
Possibly won't catch tomorrow if that's the case.
But tomorrow's a night game, so maybe they'll give him some time. I need Sanchez in that line. And I need Andujar DH.
Yeah.
Kind of ease him in to third base, but I like Gio.
There was a play there at third with Gio.
Oh, down the line, right?
That shit
was sizzling there, boy.
The thing is, like, there's a different feeling having Gio there.
It's a calming feeling.
Yeah, and I know. Listen, because you put on Twitter, you were talking about like, hey, am I being a dick because of the 2 errors in game 2 of the series?
Yeah,
but I don't think so, man. I just feel that he's coming back. You don't want to put too much pressure on the arm. And listen, his bat is lethal. His bat is more lethal than his arm. And if you have Gio, who's also hitting, who had a hit today as well, and his defense is phenomenal. Listen, the best lineup right now. The best lineup right now is Gio at third, Andujar DHing. And you make your lineup longer, like I said before.
And you know what? Maybe maybe one day Andujar will get to that point where we feel that way, right? Where we don't feel. But Gio's hitting right now, and that's what I wrote in my tweet. Am I a dick because I feel like, I have less patience now with Andujar's errors, and because knowing that what we have with Don Giovanni on the bench, not only with his hitting, but just defense wise, it just makes me think like we can't rock out with him at we can't rock out with him at DH and then have Gio at third base.
Yeah, and people already thinking, well, when Stanton comes back, I mean, we can't worry about that.
Right? I can't. Right now, to me, this season has conditioned me, and it should condition all of the Yankee fans. Everybody that's on the DL, on the IL, sorry, I apologize. Everybody that is on the IL needs to be out of sight, out of mind. I don't care if they're being activated tomorrow, like Clint Frazier.
Right.
I don't give a shit. They need to be out of sight, out of mind. Until then, until we see them in the home or the road unis, whatever it is, actually playing for the team, that is when we can actually go ahead and talk about them. Till then, I'm super stuck on the next man up policy, and then after that, we'll just kind of go from there.
We'll take when it happens, we'll talk about it. Right now, we can't worry about that. We got to worry about the next game
at all. So, we got to worry about tomorrow, which like you said, Clint's supposed to be activated, and that is the only thing on my mind. I can't wait. They're sending down Theodore Estrada.
Well, no, that was a guess by John Boy. I mean, they might because they want him. I think the reason he said that is because they want him to play every day, and he's not playing right now. Talking could ride the bench just in case, At the end of the day, you still need an outfielder, an extra outfielder on the bench just in case.
You do,
So let's see what happens.
Okay, yeah. So I see that, but I guess Theodore's not gonna be. He's been very, very, very good up here. I
really like Theodore Estrada.
I don't know if you can pull up his numbers real quick, but I do like Estrada.
I do. Now Frazier was supposed to play today, but I think it was rained out. So
yeah, the game was rained out. I wouldn't play him in that rain anyway.
No, exactly. You don't want to, especially what happened with his foot.
Yeah. So that's good. With that. In that series, one thing I want to talk about because of how clutch he's been. And you know what? By the way, the game was a rain-shortened game because finally the umpires got their head out of their asses.
After an hour. What the
I normally don't leave games, but I looked at the conditions and I said, they're going to call this shit. Why the hell are we going to wait here an hour? I already know that they're going to call it. They're going to call it. The Twins, it's a getaway game for them. They have to go.
Yeah. And
I'm like, they're going to call this game. The Yankees are already winning. The Twins organization knows that they're not going to win this game against the Yankees. The Yankees know that. MLB knows that. Thank you. The only ones that didn't know that were the idiot umpires. They're like, let's wait. Even the grounds crew were like, guy, come on, man.
They showed his face.
Once you see his head peek out, it's like, oh my God, they're going to either call this game, they're going to throw something on the mound.
It just makes no sense.
Exactly.
Do
better. But yeah, one thing I wanted to talk about was DJ LeMahieu's stats, and I don't know, I think you had them, but his stats in the clutch have been.
You want to talk about it?
I want to talk about
DJ. So the Khaleesi of stats, Katie Sharp.
Katie said.
So DJ LeMahieu with running and scoring position this season, 12 for 25, which is a batting average of 480, 15 RBIs. 3 sac flies, which are underrated, and 3 walks.
Amazing. And you wanted to trade him. I told you.
He's a product of Colorado, supposedly.
Yes, supposedly. Some people weren't. Some people were like, not happy that they signed him.
They weren't.
Not happy that they signed them.
People are nervous and afraid of things that they don't know or understand. So we get it.
Yeah, we do get it. And so basically what I meant to say, instead of you wanted to trade him. You didn't want to sign him. So some people didn't want to sign him, or they felt like, oh man, maybe he's overpaid or whatever it is.
You know what it was, Joe? I don't think it was. Maybe that's part of it.
Yeah.
But I also think it's because a lot of people wanted Machado. And they basically used that frustration because we didn't get Machado and we got him. But I'm sorry, man. This guy
He's been awesome.
His defense is elite. So I'm sorry. This is one of the best signings right now in the offseason so far.
Absolutely. DJ LeMahieu hits on the menu, serving them up all the time. But he doesn't just serve them up empty.
Nah.
He always has something on the platter, right?
Always to serve.
Yeah, he goes up there and he's collecting the men on the bases and feeding them to the team and their runs. What a great guy. A great guy. So thoughtful and just kind of think about his teammates. There's a couple of other stats. Gary Sanchez, just to show you how much of a beast he really is of course a god amongst boys.
Got some Cameron Maybin stats too.
Oh, no, we'll talk about Cameron maybe, of course. Gary Sanchez has had a 73 at bats and has 11 home runs. And he was in the IL for he missed 2 weeks. I think it was about he missed what was it, 5 games, 7 games, whatever it was.
Just about.
Gary Sanchez has a robust OPS of 1.115.
That's
21 RBIs, the catcher, the lazy, dirty freaking lazy ass catcher is fat. He's so fat and out of shape. Is batting .274 with 11 homers, 21 RBIs, is destroying pitching, and has hit a ball. I mean, I think his last 4 home runs over 400 feet. And of course, some people are not happy with that.
They're still not.
And of course, he stopped the run game against the Yankees. Look at this. April 27th, 467, 110 miles per hour. April 30th, 430 feet, 111.7 miles per hour. May 3rd, your birthday, 429 feet, 111.7 miles per hour.
Thank you, Sanchez.
May 3rd again, 412 feet, 118.3 miles per hour.
Thank you.
May 4th, 444 feet, 114.7 miles per hour. But short porch, though.
Short porch.
Yeah, but short porch, though. Short porch. But Gary Sanchez, you slander him, please. In this house, there is no supported Gary slander. Please go that way with that.
Exactly.
But I mean, you had some Maybin stats.
Maybin has been he's been a great find. Listen, man, Cashman, I know
I had to thank him today. Thank him.
You had to. Cashman, obviously, you're not gonna hit 100 on every move, but this guy, I don't know, he's just been finding these guys. Cameron Maybin has reached base in 13 of 25 plate appearances. That's an OBP of 5.20.
It's only half the time that he's
in 8 games.
Yeah. Only half the time. That's all.
We've been saying his name how many times so far? In every update, basically.
Every update. So I mean, I appreciate Cameron Maybin and what he's done. I like his defense in the outfield too.
Yeah, he's been pretty. I'm telling you, I think he would have gotten that first home run allowed by App if he knew the dimensions, if he understood the park and everything. But
he got yeah,
that's the first one.
I mean, the first one itself,
it was right there.
But he got the other one. Which that one was a 3-run variety.
That just let me know that he learns really, really fast. So thank you, Maybin.
Love Cameron Maybin, of course. Look at this. Gary Sanchez has played now 20 games this year for the Yankees. Just another stat here. In 20 of those games, he has 20 hits, 11 of them being home runs.
Listen, if you was not around for 2016 Gary Sanchez, get ready.
I think that he's angry because of last year and people writing him off. Yeah, right. And I love that shit. I think Gary's like, yo estoy aquí, coño. Respétame. And translation is,
I'm here. Respect me.
Thank you. I didn't forget, if you're not speaking Spanish or whatever. I got a little wound up. But I loved it. I love how the Yankees played in this series. Who is your Pinstripe Strong performer? Oh, we are home. It is my turn.
Yeah, you're home.
I am first.
But I do want to say Torres has an 11-game hitting streak.
He does.
As far. So he's been really, really good. One error, but so far.
Got started in Anaheim.
I said it.
Hey.
Listen, he's gonna go for a ride.
Remember, you're allowed to struggle. This is why you have 9 people in your lineup.
Exactly.
You're allowed to struggle. Like Luke Voigt right now is going through his little spell, right? The man only had 41 games that he was on base. Give him some time. Fine, figure it out. Go through your little struggle. You're allowed to go through it. Now you got Glaber, who's kind of picking it up. He's on base. DJ LeMahieu was always. I mean, he had a little spell also.
Yeah,
remember?
Had a little spell,
and Anaheim also, and then he came out of it.
He came back and just went. He went bonkers.
So I do like him and Gary Sanchez as long as he's been up there. Well, saved the games that he came back. Right. Those first couple of games where he looked a little shaky. He had 5 straight strikeouts. You're like, whoa, what the hell's going on?
It's like. No, but when he hit the home run,
so he said,
he looked at the dugout. He was like, "Coño," which is like, "Damn, like, come on, let's go, let's do this." So awesome.
So that was good, and I'm really happy with that. So my Pinstripe Strong performer of the series, of course, because Gary Sanchez de lo mío personal come in, one man wrecking a crew, 5 for 9, 3 RBI, 4 walks. They didn't even want to pitch to him anymore, and he had 4 walks. He had back-to-back days with 2 walks, which I like seeing. He's not swinging out of the zone too much. So I do like Gary Sanchez and what he's doing. Had 3 homers in this series. Gary Sanchez, all of them over 400 feet. Let's not forget about that. And Gary Sanchez, you are my Pinstripe Strong performer of the series. Shit. Fucking hurt myself. I got too excited.
Too excited.
Who's yours?
One correction. Luke Voigt on base industry ended at 42. Mariano.
42.
Mariano. 42.
Apologies.
No, it was okay. It was okay. Luke Voigt, he accepts your apology. My Pinstripe performer of the series, even though he didn't play game 1, DJ LeMahieu. Once again, the award is yours. He went.
I thought he was gonna go with Glaber.
No, I was, but then I don't know. I just feel like I want a DJ. He does get an honorable mention. So that's why I mentioned Torres streak. He does get an honorable mention. Because,
you know what? We should track these.
Yeah, we should.
I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna listen to who they were in there.
But DJ LeMahieu went 3 for 9. Had 2 or 3 RBIs there. He's just been a hitting machine. He missed the first game obviously because he was on his way back from injury, but he's just been phenomenal. Like I said, he can't see people on base. He has to get you home. And
I like that.
I'm telling you, man, we already read his stats with runners in scoring position. He's just been phenomenal signing by Cash Cop. Thank you so much. Now, I don't want to say you trash. I don't think, this series. I mean, Talkman was going to get it. Talkman was going to get it. But who's your disappointment? Pinstripe Strong disappointment of the series. Did you even think about one? I don't think.
I probably didn't even think about it.
I was trying to think about it. I'm like, I got one. Should I go first?
You trash! You trash!
That disappointment, trash.
You trash, sir.
I'm gonna go with. It's not even fair, man.
Just give it to Luke Voigt.
Yeah, I was gonna say Voigt. Voigt didn't do anything, man. Anything. I mean, he got on base on Friday, but it was on a walk. Like, he basically didn't do much. I mean, it's just, and like you said, everybody deserves a downtime, but obviously you don't want it to extend far beyond just a few at bats. But we want the happy boy back. Bring back that boy that has fun. What do you think about when he got caught on base, when he bent down, everybody thought he was hurt. Like, why he does that? Like, I've never seen him do that.
Yeah, he gotta stop. You scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, he did it again today. I'm like, bro, what's going on? I guess he's pressing too much. Maybe that's what it is. maybe the whole on base streak thing got in his mind. And
I don't even think he thought about this shit.
You don't think so?
Because it's not like a hitting streak. It's just like.
But I mean, he's getting on base though. That's what you want.
Yeah. I'm giving it to Stockman. Look, I know he had the 2-run homer today. He basically won the game.
Okay.
Listen.
He did. Well, DJ LeMahieu did. Because it was 2-1.
Listen, Tachman's at bats sometimes they're not inspiring. They're not inspiring sometimes. I'll be very honest.
Is it bad that I sucked my teeth when he came up with the bases loaded? I sucked my teeth.
Yeah.
I'm like, Tachman?
Whatever. But yeah, I mean, he doesn't really. I know he had this, and it sounds like I'm being a dick for picking him.
Yeah.
But I mean, I could probably choose Gardner.
Yeah, I was looking at Gardner.
Which he didn't really make an imprint on this series.
He did have a nice catch though.
He did have a nice catch, but he went 0 for 4 in the first game. I think he got on because of an error, and then he didn't play in the middle game of the set. I feel like I'm trying to convince myself of Gardner. And then Gardner today, it was again 0 for 2.
Yeah,
he had a run scored. But he got on base and he scores. Nah, Tom, I'm giving it to you. Fuck that shit. I mean, you batted 176, brother, with a 674 OPS on the season. No.
Like I said, Cash is not going to hit on every move. Because there were talks about comparing him to Hicks and how they fought. And Hicks was atrocious.
He has power there. He has some pop, and he can punish certain mistakes, but it's not.
I like that he's a lefty too.
Yeah, I do like he's a lefty, but yeah, somebody gotta get the award. You try, son. Try. But I mean, that puts a bow on this series. Of course, tomorrow we have the Seattle Mariners, who are pretty good this year, Chris. I would say so myself. They're actually 19-17. Yankees are now 19-14 after this game with a .576 winning percentage. 2 games back of the Tampa Rays. And, of course, don't look now. Also, Boston has looked like they've righted their ship. They got a 3-game winning streak.
Right on our heels.
Yes.
But we knew it was going to happen. I mean, if you thought that Boston was going to stay like that for the whole season, yeah, you don't know baseball. With their team, they're basically with what they were going through with a healthy team, eventually they were going to get back on track. So we got to keep on winning.
So the Yankees are 6-4 in their last 10. The Rays are 6-4 in their last 10, and then the Red Sox are 7-3 in their last 10. And the Seattle Mariners, who were leading the West for a long time, and now are in second place. They're back. They're 2 games back of the Houston Astros. Astros run differentials 46. They're tied with the Rays right now for the most in the AL. So we'll see right now. It is tomorrow. Who's tomorrow's pitching matchup? I don't know if you have that.
CC and Felix the King Hernandez.
Nice. And actually, King Felix has actually been pitching pretty well. I picked him up on fantasy, by the way.
No, I don't want to talk about it.
And CC, of course, goes to the mound with a 1-1 record, a 2.66 ERA, and that 3K strikeout in the rearview mirror, ready to focus going forward. Let's get the next 3,000, CC. Let's do it.
What?
But anyway, we're going to tomorrow's game, right, Chris? We're supposed to be in the suites again, thanks to our boy Batista hooking it up.
Thank you. Can't wait, man.
Yeah, man, can't wait. And we're going to be out there having fun. But, I mean, do you have any last words or parting words, Chris? About the series, about anything, the players, or what do you expect, or anything like that? Game of Thrones, or the Night King should have never went out like that, or anything.
I really like how you put in Game of Thrones. Let's just take what is it, 4-game series?
We have a 4-game series against them.
We lost. We lost Paxton.
It's a good team.
Yeah, we lost Paxton. Lasagna. He's basically. I think he's the one.
Oh yeah, we forgot to talk about that.
Yeah, he's the one that's coming up from what I hear. But there's possibly rumblings that the Cash God is working on something. Hopefully, because I'm hearing Toronto selling. We don't really talk about trades and stuff like that over here. But hey, with the way things are going, we kind of need. We'll take a look. We'll take a look.
Yeah,
we'll take a look. We need that.
I don't think we talked about it, but they said that Severino's going to come in after the All-Star break, right?
You mentioned that. It's gonna after the All-Star break, but that's that's the best case scenario. We don't
Absolutely.
know, we don't know what's going to happen with that. So you definitely, Cash God is on the phones, but let's take 3 out of 4. I mean, Seattle's a very good team, man. Seattle's
Very good team.
I was right with the 2 out of 3 with the Twins. I gave the benefit of the doubt. So let's see, 3 out of 4. How about you?
I think that Yankees can go into this series. They're going to get Clint Frazier back tomorrow.
Yep.
That'll probably put another good bat in the lineup. I would probably keep Maben in there instead of having Tauchman, of course. And we can have, start to form the lineup from there. And then we may get Hicks back this weekend, which, I mean, we'll talk about him in the next series. But, I mean, then the lineup now you're starting to see the lineup form up a bit, you know what I mean? And but I think that some of the new additions should probably still be included. Don Giovanni should definitely be included.
Yeah.
And, of course, probably Maben.
Maben should definitely be included. And on the next episode, because I just thought of this question, if you would keep LeMahieu leading off when Hicks come back, we'll definitely talk about that in the next episode.
I'm keeping Hicks. But anyway, we'll talk about that, man. And I've already put in LeMahieu back in third until
we'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll talk. We'll talk about it. But yeah, guys, it was a good podcast today. Thank you. Congrats to you.
Thank you.
But it was a fun one today. Yankees beat the Twins, take 2 out of 3, and yes, let's go. But like I always say, guys, make sure you guys keep your pinstripes on, keep them strong. Let's go, Yankees. Tell them, Noah.